Hey, I'm Katie, and today we're going to make a hinged bracelet with elongated beads. The inspiration for this project actually came from a bracelet that my Aunt Anne gave me for Christmas, and it's a handmade bracelet with a really cool hinged design. And so I wanted to kind of pay homage to that bracelet while making it my own, and this is what I came up with. Let's go over the tools and supplies for this video. Flat nose, tweezer nose plier, our 6-step bail shaping plier. I use this for the small circle on it. A flush cutter, 18 gauge square wire. You'll also need some elongated beads and a clasp, a ruler, and something round to kind of give the wire some shape. I've got my bracelet mandrel here, it's the round one. The first step is going to be to actually make our little segments. And I've already cut some wire. And so we've got our beads, and this is the design. I cut 6 segments of 5 inches. And what you're going to do is slide your bead onto the center of each one. And I like the tweezer nose for this step because you can grab on either side of the bead and it will leave just a tiny space right there, just enough for this design. So make a 90-degree bend there. Make sure there's still that little space. Make one here. And do that 5 times. You can use any beads for this project that will fit on your wire. You can do a stack of heshy beads, you can do tube beads, you can do metal beads, you can do probably even seed beads, whatever that you can fit right there. I like the elongated look, but you know what? You don't even have to use beads. You can just do wire with this design. Once we've got our 5th one on and bent, we are going to cut our tails to be the same length. And then we're going to make our loops. So grab your flush cutter. And so for 4 of them, you want the tails to be 1.5 inches. And that's going to be for these. But this one is actually just going to be a smaller triangle. So that's going to be about 1.25 inches. And this fits my wrist. I have about a 7.5 bracelet size. Sometimes 8, but okay. So you want these tails to be about 1.5 inches. So measure that and trim. One and a half, measure, trim. I'm just going to go ahead and do all those while I'm here. Okay, and then this is going to be on the end, so we're going to do 1.25 for that one. Okay. Now grab your bail shaping plier, and you're going to use the small circle. Grab the end of the wire and roll it back. Like that. And do the same on the other side. Going the same direction. And then grab your flat nose plier, open both of those up, swing them out kind of like that. Grab a segment, slide it in. And close. And then we'll do the same thing on all of them. Just roll back those tips. And I can see with my eyes that that one's a little too long. So just, you need to trim them as you go. Just, it doesn't have to be exactly perfect, but you definitely want it to be close. Another thing that you can do is before you loop the ends, grab your round object and kind of give it just a little curve like that. Okay, so I'm just going to keep doing that, rolling back these little tails. And you actually will need the veil shaping plier for one more step. We're going to make a few jump rings at the very end. Okay. I'm just going to roll back these, 2 more. All right, so we're gonna connect this top one. I'm gonna roll those tails back too, and this is actually going to be the part up there that holds the clasp on. Okay, but first we need to connect it to this guy, so just open those 2 loops, boom, boom. Slide it on. And close them up. Okay, so now we are going to make some jump rings. I'm going to make 2 large ones and 1 small one to connect that. And I used the scraps of my square wire, but you can use whatever you want. You can use pre-made jump rings. You pick. I'm just going to make 1 small one on the smallest rung. Use my flush cutter to cut that. Okay, and then I'm going to make 2 on that one. I think 1, 2, it's the fourth one. Okay, grab your 2 pliers and your little clasp, and you're just going to open up this jump ring, slide it onto those 2 loops, I'm actually going to shorten this one. If something like this happens and you could tell that one of them's way too long, just cut it on the inside of it and roll it down. That one was way too long. Okay, and then the other thing is we are going to need to make this one last little triangular segment. Let's finish connecting the jump rings and then I'll show you that last segment. So in that triangle, slide your jump ring and then put on your clasp, and you want to face it going into the bracelet like that. Okay. So that side is done, and we need to make one more little triangle piece over here. All you do is bend your wire and cut both of those tails a little over an inch, around an inch or so each. You want them to be exactly the same. And we're going to roll those back, just like we did before. Okay, now just open those, connect them to this bottom rung. And then grab your tiny jump. And connect it. And that's it. So this is what it looks like when it's on. You can see it's really lightweight and it just curves around your arm. Really fun to wear, and you can use any bead. Let's take one more look at the supplies that we need for this project. We need our bail shaping plier, a flush cutter, flat nose plier, tweezer nose plier, 18 gauge square wire, a ruler, some beads, and a clasp. Also, you might want to have your mandrel or something round near you to give those little segments a bend. If you need to pick up any of the supplies or tools we used today, check out the links in the description below. And while you're there, let us know in the comments what some of your unique bracelet designs are. We'd love to know. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell. And now that you know how to make a hinged wire bracelet, you can say, I made this.